All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. That's all praises who the world ignorant calls God and Jesus Christ, the true names in the Hebrews, Yahweh for the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai for his beloved Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy, the hopeful elect, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify. And close the door. What the hell is your problem, man? And I wanted to touch on the topic of reincarnation. Slack you for that, man. It's rude people, man. It says, as you can see, I got the video queued up on the screen. Where vocab went out to these men and tried to go into reincarnation and disprove reincarnation, because that's one of the, that's part of the gospel and the doctrine here in Great Millstone, with other camps as well. Because without reincarnation, there's a lot of prophecies that would not have come to pass. And men in the scripture spoke of prophecy all day long, man. And he'll go about and sit here and say things to the intent of, why did John the Baptist not know he was Elijah? Which the scriptures tell you there's a reason for that, man. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 10. It says, "Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had already been of old time." I'll start at 9. It says, "The thing that had been is that which shall be." So the thing that had been, men, their spirits on this earth is one of those things that have been, and they're the things that shall be, man. Because you come out in a full circle. That's why the scriptures talk about, the Lord revenges unto the third and fourth generations, man, because every 3 or 4 generations you come back. It says, "And that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." You see, no new thing, including spirits, man. The Lord ain't just pumping out spirits all willy-nilly, all new and shit, man. Nothing new is under the sun. Your spirit comes back. And, these people sit here and try to say that that's a Hindu doctrine of reincarnation. But the Hindus think that you're going to come back as rats, monkeys, and roaches and shit. But that's not scriptural, because the scriptures tell you there's one flesh of man and another of beast, and we'll get that, man. It says, "Is there anything whereof it may be said, this is new, and had already been of old time, which was before us?" You see, all the spirits have already been here before. That's why you go into something like Cain and Abel, and you can see the parallels between Cain and Abel. Cain killed his brother, right? Esau tried to kill Jacob. Same story, man. It says, "There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after." You see? So when you brought up in this earth, your mental slate is basically wiped clear. Because really, if you think about it, man, that's a mercy from the Heavenly Father in the first place. Because what if when you were here before, and all your generations, all your incarnations, the entire time, every time you got drowned to death or strangled to death, can you imagine how terrified people would be of water? What if you were slain in such a way every single time to where now you're afraid of any form of transportation? This is a mercy from the Heavenly Father in the first place. And John was asked this so they asked him, "Are you him?" No. He said, "Are you that prophet?" Yeah, this is in the book of John 1 and 18. It says, "No man has seen the Most High at any time. The only begotten at any time the only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he had declared him. And this is the record of John when the Jews sent priests and Levites to Jerusalem to ask him, Who art thou? And he confessed and denied not, but confessed, I am not the Mashiach. And they asked him, What then? Art thou Elias?" Talking about Elijah. And he said, I am not. Art thou that prophet? And he answered, No. Because they were all looking for Elijah the prophet to come back, because that was the prophecy, you know. Let me see if I can find that. Forget what chapter it is. Yeah, Micah 4 and 5. It says, Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh. You see? So this is what they were looking for. This is why they asked him, Art thou that prophet? And he answered, No, because like we read in Ecclesiastes 1:11, there's no remembrance of former things. So when you come back into the flesh and the Lord puts your spirit back on this earth, you know, the Lord basically gives you a clean slate in the mind. You know, your spirit is still the same though, man. That's why this brother in this video, which I encourage brothers to watch, you know, the video for GMS Vegas sit downs, God, you know, as you see on the screen, how can Elijah have been reincarnated if he didn't die? Man, that brother breaks it down beautifully, and you have other biblical scholars that sit here and pull out parallels between Elijah, his lifestyle, how he lived, how he went about his things, dwelling in the desert, and John the Baptist and how he was doing all the same stuff, man. Because that spirit, like the scriptures say, the spirit bear witness with our spirit. You know, your spirit is the same as it always had been. You know, and then reincarnation, as far as judgment, is very important, man, because you know you're gonna be rewarded for the things that you did in the flesh. If you go to Ecclesiastes, right, 3 and I'll start at 14. It says, I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. The Most High doeth it, that men should fear before Him, and that's why also the scriptures also say, um, yeah. I'm gonna get this next. You know, now let me keep reading on this Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. It says, That which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been. The Most High required that which is past. You see, so the Lord is gonna sit here and require what's past. You know, and what's past in your life is the judgment. It says, Moreover, I saw in the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. And see, and people get tripped up because if the Lord, people don't think, because if the Lord didn't require that which was past, you got to look at dudes like, and I don't have it on the screen, but there's a Jamaican, not a Jamaican, but there's an Edomite that created something called the Derby Dose, which was a form of torture for those in the Jamaican islands. in the sugarcane fields, and his name was Thomas Thistlewood. That's what his name is. Now Thomas Thistlewood, when he died, man, he didn't die in a horrible way. He didn't. He died. That's the one. That's just different. You know, when he died, he didn't die in some horrific way. He didn't die with judgment. But the Derby Dose, if you look it up, what he created is he would sit here and hold a slave, have a slave pinned to the ground. You know, you so-called Jamaicans, which you're the tribe of you know, predominantly, you know, basically, you're of the tribe of Benjamin. He would hold your forefathers down to the ground and have another slave of your tribe come by and shit in his mouth, and they call it the Derby Dose for you eating for you eating sugar cane because you were hungry, you know, and you were working in the hot fields with very little food and rations that they would give you on your own land that you inhabited first. So that devil went by. So the Lord said He's going to require that which is past, right? But that devil in that time, Thomas Thistlewood, went down to the grave in peace. So the Lord still said He's still going to require that which passed. That's why if you go to Ecclesiastes 3:16, it says, "And moreover I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity is there." You see, so under the sun, under the sun, which is on earth, is where judgment goes out to be issued forth. If you go to Matthew 10:28, I'll start up a little bit. It says, Matthew 10:27 says, "What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light." It says that it says, "And what ye hear in the ear, that preach you in the housetops, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear Him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." You see? And who's able to do that? Who's able to bring you back and put your ass in hell? The Lord is. Just like He did with Israel, man. This is a hellish condition. That see, hell in the scriptures it means the grave, or a low land, a low estate. That's why people say, "Man, I'm catching hell, going through hell," because it's a low estate. You know. And if you go to 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, and you go to the 34th verse, it says, "Therefore, it so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts. Ye shall be kept alive after death. Ye shall obtain mercy." See? It says, "For after death shall the judgment come." After death shall the judgment come. We just read in Ecclesiastes, right? It says, "When we shall live again," you see, after death you'll live again, you'll be reincarnated. It says, "Then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly be declared." You see? So this is all going in reincarnation, because after death, when you're reincarnated again, your spirit is put back in a body, you know, which follows the cycle of the scriptures 3 or 4 generations, man. Every 3 or 4 generations, a spirit will come back on this earth. You know? Now this is 2nd Ezra 7 and 30. Is this it? Let me get this. 2nd Ezra 7 and 30. Wait. 2nd Ezra 7 and 47, Salakia. It says, yeah, 47. It says, "What profit is it for a man in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death look for punishment?" You know? And an unlearned man in the scriptures will sit here and think this is talking about hell, man. No, but the punishment comes upon living again, man. It says, "O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art fallen alone, but we all, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. You see? So everybody that comes to Adam, man, they're suffering that same punishment to come out here and fight the good fight, man. To try to be right while you're here, man. This is Psalms 19 and 12. I started at 11. It says, moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Talking about the commandments, right? It says, who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Because, hey, you're like we read, man, the Lord is going to require that which passes. Secret faults are those faults in the past life, the things that you didn't know that you committed in this current life that you're in. Going back to Ecclesiastes, the first chapter. There's no remembrance of former things, and there's scenarios in the New Testament that speak about reincarnation. This is Matthew's 11 and this is coming out of the Lord's mouth. I'll start at 7. It says, and as he departed, Yahushua began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, what went you out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaking it with the wind? But what went you out to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that have soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went ye out to see? A prophet? Yeah, I say unto you, but more than a prophet. So yes, he was that prophet, right? People keep going down. It says, for this uh, is he of whom it is written, behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare the way before thee. So this is coming out of the Lord's mouth himself. They went out to see a prophet. It says, verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there had not risen greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. That kingdom of heaven is talking about Israel, man. It says the kingdom that lieth within you. It says, verse 13, for all the prophets in the law prophesied unto John. And if you will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come. You see? So the Lord himself even said Elijah came back as John the Baptist, man. And get this next precept. If you brothers bear with me real quick. Believe it goes it's in Matthew's 16 and 13. It says, when Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I the Son of Man am? And they said, some say thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. So they're sitting there trying to speculate who the Lord is in the reincarnation. It says, he said unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Simon answered and said, thou art the Mashiach, the son of the living power. You see? So people are always trying to speculate who the Lord was, man. Who these men that's rose up in righteousness, man. Let me get this next one. Matthew 17 and Matthew 17 and 11. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto him, you know what? I started at 10. It says, and his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? Yahushua answered and said unto him, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things. And that's what he did, man. He pulled back those Gentiles, those that were going off, back to the Lord. And he came again as Abba Bivens and showed us that we were the Israelites. It says, verse 12, but I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Then the disciples understood that he spake of John the Baptist. You see? So Elias came back as John the Baptist, man. I'm going to get this last one for you brothers, man. And I'll close it out on this next precept. It says, this is John, St. John 9 and 1. It says, and Yahweh passed by and saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents? Because they understood you're going to pay for what you do, man. That he was born blind. Yahushua answered, neither had this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High be manifested in him. So they were sitting here speculating who went off, man. Because remember, it said this man was born blind. So how can a child, before it comes out the womb, have sinned? Unless it was past sins and he's coming back in the flesh, man. You know? So reincarnation is extremely scriptural and part of the doctrine and spoken of in the New and the Old Testament. You know? And just like this brother covers in this video, man, when No Class Malone asked how can Elijah be reincarnated if he never died, because the scriptures do tell you in Hebrews the 7th chapter that Elijah was taken I'll get it real quick. I believe it's Hebrews 7. Hebrews 7 and 1. Because it said Elijah was translated, right? And the brother brought out a parallel between Melchizedek, which we understand that the Lord was compared to Melchizedek. It says, for this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High power, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him, to whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of his first part of all, uh, first being by interpretation king of righteousness, and after that also king of Salam, which is king of peace, which the scriptures tell you the Lord is the Prince of Peace. It gives him all these titles. It says without fear, without mother, without descent, neither having been having not, it says having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like unto the Son of the Most High, and who's made like unto the Son of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, abided a priest continually. Let me see if I can find another precept to build on this, man. This is Hebrews 5 and 3. It says, and by reason hereof, he ought as for the people, so also offered for himself to offer sins. This is going into the sacrifice. It says, and no man taketh his honor unto himself, but he that is called of the Most High, as was Aaron. So also Mashiach glorified not himself to be made a high priest, that he, it says, but he that said unto him, thou art my son. Let's go back to that other one, right? Hebrews 7 and 3. It says, without father or mother, without descent, neither having been beginning of days nor end of life, but made unlike unto the Son of the Most High, abideth continually. Hebrews 5 and 5. It says, so also Mashiach glorified not himself to be made an high priest, but he that said unto him, thou art my son, that's like shall be called the Son of God, Melchizedek. It says, today have I begotten thee. As he said also in another place, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. So both of them, Yahweh was Melchizedek going into the reincarnation, but Melchizedek never had the end of days either, right? You know, to understand the judgment in the scriptures, man, you have to understand that, man. Hebrews 6 and 20, it says, whether the forerunner is for us entered, even Yahweh made a high priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. You see? So this is the understanding of reincarnation, man. I don't want to go any further. I know this video is a little long. So Lord willing, was edifying. I want to say, call halal Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Rakakadash, double honors to elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy, hopeful like Shalom.